The idea, the lesson was just,
It's
twisted.
a principle
It should have
we're
been,
dealing
hey, if you're the stronger person, you should be cognizant of that and consider those things with your interactions with weaker individuals, perceived weaker individuals.
Hey, that's a good thing to talk about because it's a principle that you just said that applies to many things other than a man fighting a woman or anybody fighting anybody. Anytime that you know that you're stronger at something or you're stronger in something emotionally than someone else is, be cognizant of the fact that they haven't reached that point yet. And there's things that you'll do and there's decisions that you'll make that are different because everybody doesn't have to be where I am emotionally or where I am physically. I can take into account they're not there yet. So let me just be a little more kind to them because they can't handle the truth.
And, well, you know,
the way that I want to say it.
This is good relationship advice, though. This is like a universal thing. It's something that so I've been with my wife for a very long time now. Since 2008, we've been married for 9 years. We got married in 2011. But again, that doesn't happen. Something I talk to people about with that, thank you very much, is you're not riding the wave of love from the beginning. People think that you fall in love and you ride that wave for the rest of the relationship. You fall in love over and over and over again. And we've had this conversation before. But in the midst of all that, I'm also learning lessons about how to love. And how I had to learn because I'm very good at arguing. I'm very good. If you're my friend on social media,
right, you know,
you've seen the 200 comment discussions on things or whatever, and that's something I had to get away from also. But the way I talk to a stranger is not the way I can talk to my spouse. Number one, just because this is somebody I love, it's not a stranger. But number two, I know that I'm good at arguing. If she's not good at arguing,
it doesn't mean her points.
It doesn't mean her points. It doesn't mean that I'm right.
It doesn't mean that.
It just means that I'm better at arguing. So I can back in the day, we would get in an argument and I would just make her feel small. Because that's how I knew to argue. You know, use certain tones and do these things and make these certain points and that, you know, you're chopping somebody down or whatever. I had to learn to be considerate of her specific strengths and weaknesses. She's not the greatest arguer. So I can't come into this, you know, full-blown argue champion mentality and she's just getting beat up on. It doesn't make sense to me.
But as a society, how much better would we be if everybody lived according to those principles? Like
that's
teachers, right? Teachers said, this kid is smart. This kid has test-taking skills. It's literally the same thing that he just said. This kid is good at taking tests. This kid sucked at taking tests.
I think part of it is societal, though. We live in a capitalist society. Now, I think from the time we're kids, when we receive letter grades and we receive percentages in front of the rest of the classroom, there's always this competitive thing that they teach us.
You're compelled to win.
Right. So if I knew someone was stronger than me, the reason why I ended up getting big is because I had, you know, older mentors who were big. So I was like, one day I'm going to be bigger and stronger than them. And I think that the goal to show that is to overpower someone, you know? And so I think that our society supports that toxicity. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Of being bigger, stronger, manlier, you know? And so it'll be very hard to teach someone who is strong not to, you know.
So maybe the idea is not that the strength is wrong. It's how it's used that's toxic. Right. That's really
not the strength.
It's not the attribute.
But the only way you can display it is to use it, though.
But in what way, though? Do you use it to smash somebody who's younger than you, or do you use it to uplift, you know, those who are working you? It's kind of like what you do with the strength.